Hi everyone. Kate and I decided to take a closer look at the film Juno. Juno was released Christmas Day in 2007. It was produced by Mr. Mudd and Mandate Productions. The film was directed by Jason Reitman and written by Diablo Cody. The film received a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes website, one of the most popular movie rating websites around. The plot of the movie is about an offbeat 16-year-old girl's unexpected pregnancy and the decisions she must make regarding the adoptions of her baby by a married couple. The film stars Ellen Page as Juno, Michael Cera as the father of her child, Polly Bleecker, Jennifer Gardner and Jason Bateman as Vanessa and Mark Loring, the adoptive parents, and Allison Janney and J.K. Simmons as Bren and Matt McGaff, Juno's father and stepmother. The film would be considered a drama and comedy hybrid. Even though in the dramatic and serious situation Juno encounters, Juno's humor and sarcasm keep the film lighthearted. This is an unusual take for a film about teen pregnancy. Viewers are still anxious to find out what happens in the storyline, but there is enough comedy to lighten the mood of the entire film. The film definitely has a feminist theme throughout. Juno is very independent and decides what she's going to do with her body and her baby on her own. Juno keeps the father, Bleecker, at a distance during the pregnancy, proving that she can do it without a man's help. This also comes up later in the film when Vanessa decides to adopt the baby even after her and Mark split up, proving that she can raise the child on their own. The symbols in the film include a chair and a small orange Tic Tacs. The chair is where Juno and Bleecker conceive their child and how she tells him she's pregnant. She also sits in the chair after she has the baby, and the chair is basically where her story begins and ends. The Tic Tacs are seen throughout the movie being eaten by Bleecker. When they're about to have sex, he pops one into his mouth in a close-up shot. Later, Juno buys him enough Tic Tacs to fill his entire mailbox, and this shows Juno's attention to detail and how much she cares about what Bleecker likes. Warm lighting and saturated colors are used in the film frequently. Shades of red, orange, and gold are dominant throughout to show Juno's warmth and compassion, as shown in the middle picture. Cooler tones on the left are used in the scenes with Vanessa and Mark because although they seem loving, there is a sense of coldness in their relationship. High-key lighting is used mostly in the film to show Juno's authenticity. She's a very open person and doesn't have a lot to hide, so there are little shadows used on her in the film. Medium shots are used frequently to emphasize the relationship between Juno and Bleecker, the father of her child. These shots are not close-ups because Bleecker and Juno tend to hold back from showing too much emotion with each other. In the scene where Bleecker and Juno make out, shallow focus is used, and her middle finger is the closest thing to the camera, but yet it's completely out of focus. The film also uses bridging shots to show a long period of time passing, as you can see here, for example, in the change in seasons from spring into winter. Also shown here is an unexpected low-angle shot of Juno. Although she's breaking down in her car and at her weakest point, we are still viewing her from below as an empowering figure because she is still in charge of the situation and independent in her life. One specific scene in which sound is emphasized and visible is when Juno is in the abortion clinic. On the way to the abortion clinic, a protester tells her her baby may have fingernails already. When she gets inside, she's focused on everyone's fingers and the sounds that they are making. The sounds get louder and louder, eventually drowning out all the other sounds in the scene. This drives her to feel uncomfortable and eventually leave the clinic. Obviously, finger tapping and scratching does not have enough volume to hear it on a camera, so these sounds were added in post-production, made with different things to sound like it. The main theme song for the film is All I Want Is You by Barry Louis Polisar. The rest of the music in the film is folky and upbeat. The folkiness of the music creates the feeling of normalcy in the sense that Juno is an average teen and this could have happened to anyone. Even in the more serious scenes, the music is still lighthearted and just slower and gentle, but mostly in the scenes, it is very upbeat and folky. Voiceover narration by Ellen Page was added in post-production to the beginning and end of the film. There are points in which the dialogue overlaps the voice narration, and this occurs during the end and the beginning of the film. The editing of the film is traditional because the film is in chronological order with little flashbacks or no special effects to edit in. Ellen Page does a great job using her dialogue and demeanor to perfect the role of angsty teen Juno. Michael Cera's body language and overall uncomfortability created the awkward, quiet character that is Polly Bleeker. For those of you who still haven't seen Juno, we highly recommend seeing it as soon as you can. Thanks so much, and thanks for listening.